Due to repeated copyright issues, this video is going to just be screenshots. Sorry for the problems.
Welcome to Unsung Cinema, the show where I discuss and recommend some amazing films that don't quite get the widespread acclaim or attention they deserve. Since subjectively determining what movies are well known or not is quite impossible, I go with the simple criteria of any movie on the film review site Letterboxd with less than 100,000 logged views. It isn't exactly perfect, but it sure is utilitarian. In this first episode, I'm going to be talking about a 2023 French animated film entitled Mars Express. The discussion will be fairly spoiler-free, only containing footage of the first 30 minutes of the movie, but of course, even this can be a bit much for someone who wants a blind experience. So if you don't even need to hear what I've got to say, go watch it. So we're going to start with the TLDR. Mars Express is an impressively well-executed, mature sci-fi detective story set in a marvelously dazzling concept of the future. With surprisingly endearing comedic beats and a painfully strong emotional core, it manages to deliver a story that explores high-concept sci-fi ideas and the small personal relationships between people, all at only 85 minutes, ensuring that no time is wasted. If you like animation as a medium, sci-fi as a genre, and good old concise storytelling, Mars Express is for you. Now, if that was enough to sell you, go get it. If you're in America, there's an excellent 4K Blu-ray available for purchase, and you can rent it on Amazon Prime or Apple TV. If you're in Europe, there aren't many English language options, to be honest, but it still depends on your specific region, so be sure to double check. As for other places, I'm sorry, I just don't know. I really do recommend it in French and then subtitled. The voice acting's really great and needs to be appreciated, so give it a go through whatever official means you can find. It's best to only look elsewhere once you do your initial check. It's good to support movies that don't get enough credit, especially if they're a recent one. Now, if you want to hear a bit more before taking the dive, let's elaborate on everything I said, shall we? From here I'm going to discuss some more plot elements and qualities of the film in detail, but again, no full-on spoilers ahead. I'm basically keeping to what gets covered in the trailer, and even then a little bit less. The film follows two private investigators through a few jobs, mostly about the disappearance of a student. As we watch them attempt to unravel the mystery, we also learn more about our protagonists and their pasts. It has a snappy pace to it. No time ever feels wasted and everything serves a purpose. But it doesn't leave you gripping your seat as you fly through. It never feels overwhelming either. It strikes a wonderful balance in that regard. We learn about the characters and learn about the world and setting between new developments in the case. A classic formula that is perfectly executed here. The world itself is honestly a major draw of the film. Almost every shot and scene has some fascinating futuristic concept in it. Many are superfluous, basically just like set dressing in order to flesh things out and give the film a sense of place. But many also have delightful payoffs throughout the movie. All of it is so delicately constructed, and it makes rewatching it an absolute treat. A major theme of the film is about freedom and robotic consciousness. It's an idea that is pretty common in a lot of media like this, and honestly, I think it's usually done very poorly. Most robots in fiction either just feel like people without too much distinction, or hilariously unrealistic caricatures of what a possible future intelligence could be. Rarely is it done in a way that it is able to make you think about its role in the future of humanity, or our relationship with it, and what things would be like for them. It is genuinely thought-provoking, and it doesn't go over all of the same tropes that these movies often do out of obligation. The film has concrete ideas, and it lays things out quite confidently, but it also doesn't force-feed you all the answers. Instead, it leaves some things up in the air for you to form your own opinion of. Besides the narrative, I find it a technically impressive film in a number of ways. The idea of animation for adults is often excitedly discussed. Slogans like "animation is cinema." Of course, I agree with the sentiment, but even then, some of the most highly acclaimed animated movies are still family flicks or cartoonishly adult in a way that only appeals to young teenagers. But this is a mature animated film that feels comfortable in its identity as such. It is used to execute on ideas that just aren't feasible in live action, with so much charm along the way. The budget is surprisingly small, with an estimated $9 million according to IMDb, and yet it's able to achieve this beautiful 2D and 3D blend with gorgeous and fluid scenes, incredible colors that can create these dazzling contrasts and beautiful vistas. So much thought has been put into the visual design of every location, every robot machine, and every human shown. I also find particular delight in the facial expressions the film loves to use for punchlines or emotional moments. The amount of humanity they are able to cram into a few lines is unreal. I mean, of course, the aesthetic speaks for itself. You've been looking at it the whole video, and I'm sure you can form your own opinion on it, but I just can't help but gush when I see something this beautiful. But if you are someone who is impartial to animation, the writing, cinematography, and characters will be more than enough to make it worth your while regardless. I cannot recommend it enough. Everyone deserves to see this film, and it would be criminal if it only gets the critical reappraisal when it's far too late. I know I'm going to follow this team and director Jérémie Perrin to whatever projects they work on next. Currently, nothing has been announced, and I really hope the lackluster sales of Mars Express isn't contributing to the wait. Please give this movie a try, and if you like it, try to support it in any way that you can. Though of course, when there aren't official means available to you, there's only so much you can do. And that basically does it for this episode of Unsung Cinema. If you like this video and like to see more, please feel free to subscribe, and if you happen to have already seen this movie, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm always happy to chat with people and hear different perspectives. Thanks for sticking around. I'm also very open to recommendations. Any cult films that you've seen that don't get the recognition they deserve would be a delight to hear about, so drop some names in the replies and I'll check them out. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.